Hey guys, my name is Dan and this is Stout Gaming. So this week I am going up against Toxic and the Tendency Talonflames in the GLDL. Toxic has a very good team, probably comp-wise the best team in the league this season. He's a very solid player as well. We matched up earlier a few weeks ago in the MDL and he ended up beating me in that league. So I know he's going to be solid and have some good prep. Looking at his team, I don't see a solid Trick Room answer because the Regidrago can't kill the Slowbro at +1 unless it's Helping Hand and Choice Specs. So unless I see Luxray next to Drago, I know I can just get Trick Room up. And if Trick Room goes up, wirb Azumarill just wins. Crocodile and Arcanine are both reasonable options in the back here. But Choice Scarf Crocodile's only good if I think he's going to be able to stall out the Trick Room to try and clean it up. Arcanine's good in other situations. But, yeah, I guess we're just going to be popping straight into the battle here. So, what I'm hoping to see is Tornadus and something else, because I'm pretty sure I beat every Tornadus lead. And Tornadus Sock is the lead. I know that he takes a lot of inspiration from Matt as a team builder at times, so I'm sort of expecting coaching Sock here, probably Choice Scarf coaching Sock. And if that's the case, the Torn maxes. It's a physical Defiant Torn, it'll attack into the NDD, and Trick Room will go up, and the game should be pretty clean for me from there. So I'm able to get the moves entered, and I'm happy with this position for the most part. I don't see a reasonable way he stops me unless that Sock has Rock Slide and he just goes for flinches, which would be annoying, but it's one way. With the Max Torn, he really needs to Rock Slide flinch, or he's going to have, just generally speaking, a pretty bad day here. So Torn maxes, it's going to do a substantial amount of damage most likely. Indeed, he gets Follow Me off. Indeed, he is not very physically bulky this week, so I know this is going to do a lot of damage. And Coaching comes in, which is fantastic. It will go into the Torn. Max Airstream comes out. Indeed, he goes to Sash, and I get Trick Room. So, turn 1 went about as well as it possibly could have for me. So, thinking about future turns, what do I want? He doesn't have a Dark type switch in, so I probably just launch double Expanding Force here. Hopefully he kills the NDD, and then I can get in the Azumarill max and probably win. At least that's the theory, and we're just going to go with it here. But double Expanding Force feels right. The little double take was to make sure that I actually entered the right moves. And Sock comes back. That's fine. Marowak doesn't live this. Slowbro chunks both. That's a substantial amount on the Torn because I got a crit there. Indeedee also chunks both. Not a crit. So Torn is in range of either of them pretty easily. Indeedee picked up the Marowak kill. And then Indeedee goes down here. Torn is +2, so it's very strong, but it doesn't really matter because I know Sock is potentially in that last spot, and now I know Drago's the other one in that spot. So I've got enough turns of Trick Room that I can just start launching Max Play Roughs into that slot, let this Torn guard whenever it wants because Expanding Force is going to take it out. And yeah, this game is pretty much a wrap at this point. If he goes for some shenanigan or another with multiple protects, that's a potential out. So I'm trying to think what his outs are here. Trying to stall Trick Room is a potential out, but that Sock coming in is just gonna get absolutely eaten by Azumarill because I'll be breaking Sash on it, because I'm not going to be changing terrain until after I get one more Expanding Force off. Max Guard is the correct play, but doesn't much matter. Expanding Force goes off. Sock goes down to Sash, or not Sash, Sturdy. Max Play Rough comes in, it will kill the Sock, and also set Misty Terrain, so Regidrago is going to be sufficiently weakened, and basically he needs to get a double on the Torn and protect the Regidrago and have a lot of other things go right for him to be in this game. And that's if this is my last turn of Trick Room. Honestly, I could max attack into the Torn, guaranteed take it out, but I've got 2 turns of Trick Room left and 2 turns of max left. So what I'm going to do is max into the Drago, Expanding Force if he goes for double protect. If he goes for triple protect, which is his out, I will just max that slot, take it down through protect, and then only have the Drago left to deal with, which Azumarill always beats 1v1. So yeah, I'm going to say good games at this point to Toxic for this game 1. I'll let these animations go ahead and play out, as he does go for some amount of protecting strategies, but it's pretty cleanly locked up for me at this point. So I am going to be popping off, and I'll be right back for game 2. So, moving into game 2, I know that Helping Hand Drago or an Earthquake Marowak are his ways of denying Trick Room now. Thinking of ways I beat that. Slowbro in DD doesn't seem awful, but I'm not necessarily sure if I want to risk him leading Marowak, which would be a really solid lead against what I just led. So instead I go with what was originally going to be my main plan, but ended up as my backup plan this week, which is the Indeedee next to Zapdos as a lead, with Crocodile, Azumarill, and Arcanine in some combination playing cleanup in the back. Looking at what he has, the Scarf Crocodile, which will outspeed Cinderace at neutral, seems good, because if that's a max Tornadus, it might not be tailwinding all the time, so I'm definitely okay with that kind of trade-off. But overall, this seems decently favorable matchup for me overall. And Regidrago Luxray makes me glad that I led this, because Luxray does have potential to have Helping Hand, and if that's Specs Drago, which I know it's not because it has Protect, I don't get Trick Room up. If it's not Specs Drago, it's actually a roll, and I learned later it was Dragon Maw, so it would be a roll for me, but Luxray's Intimidate coming into the Zapdos is basically ideal. So I definitely don't let the Wild Charge go off. I have to follow me here, and then chunk the Drago so Dragon Energy is not doing a lot. I also know that I'm faster than the Drago because I built to outspeed Timid max speed Drago without Choice Scarf, and since it used Protect, I know it's not Choice Scarf, so even if it does want to use Dragon Energy, it's not going to be doing too much in this situation. Overall, I think this is a very good lead for me. Luxray obviously can threaten some damage, but I have Max Quake if I need to attack into the Luxray. And, of course, Indeedee's ability to redirect Luxray is going to be huge for me. Yes, the big Birb is ready to go. So the Regidrago is going to protect, which is a little annoying. Like, a Max Quake would have been nice into the Luxray, but honestly, this is going to weaken Dragon Energy enough that I'm fine with this kind of trade-off, and it's going to guarantee me some speed advantages moving forward. I'll be able to consider things like Expanding Force and attacking the Luxray next turn, because he doesn't really have the freedom to move around as much. I can't anymore because of this Thunder Wave, but I've got to follow me now because Thunder Wave, because I don't want Zapdos to get Thunder Waved or Wild Charged. So I'm just going to hope to miss the para, and then I'll be able to hit something really hard in that Regidrago slot, because he's not going to go for a double. Either Drago's going to go down, or something else is going to switch in and eat a +1 max Airstream from Zapdos. So looking at what his potential options here are, because Follow Me goes off, like, they aren't a lot. I'm going to be honest, like, I should be really favored in a lot of this match moving forward, because if he's going to be trying to keep this Luxray alive as his best answer to Zapdos, like, that Wild Charge isn't doing enough into Indeedee for it to fully threaten this Zapdos. So another Follow Me isn't out of the question, a few other things aren't out of the question. Here, what I decided to do is Follow Me again on the Indeedee to redirect the Tornadus hit, which is also super effective with the Zapdos, because looking at that damage level, I live a Luxray one. I'm going to max Airstream to make sure I maintain a speed advantage, probably into the Torn, and then I will have access to Scarf Crocodile, which will outspeed a +1 Luxray, which is what we will get after an Airstream, and it should allow me to KO things as they come in next to this Torn. And hopefully this Airstream into the Torn is enough that he has to play very defensively with it, because Zapdos will continually maintain the speed advantage. That Follow Me going off is actually pretty clutch, not gonna lie, but that's still a lot of damage. So everything threatens the Torn now. But the only thing faster than the Torn is this Zapdos. So I do need to make sure that Zapdos is alive, so this Airstream going into Indeedee is important. And then Scarf Crocodile late game is just going to be everything I need. Yeah, we eat those all day. And that's a lot of recoil from the Luxray, which is going to be nice in case it's Shuckle Berry. Yeah, I fought here for a little bit, but, like, I need to believe in the prep with the Scarf Crocodile, which should match up into Luxray and most of the stuff he has in the back decently with high horsepowers. A big read here would be to go for Stomping Tantrum into Luxray as well, but that feels riskier than it needs to, because I'm 99% sure, even through Shuckle Berry, I KO the Luxray here because I'm at neutral. And I don't want to let this Tornadus get an Airstream KO into Zapdos and then set me up for a really bad late game when I could just force it to protect, basically. So high horsepower, it is Shucka. This gives me a moment's pause, but based on the damage it's taken already, this should still kill, which it does. And this sets me up again, so Zapdos is going to be the fastest thing on the field. Next turn. And I'm very happy to see Cinderace, because even if it's max speed, this Crocodile outspeeds it. So the end game here is pretty simple. Just attack both of them, because the things that are attacking into his threats are faster than his threats. Zapdos kills Torn before Torn can kill Krook, and Krook kills Cinderace before Cinderace can do anything. And that's basically how the end of this game plays out as well. So I'm not going to leave you in too much suspense. You see the video is drawing to a close. I'll let it play out, but I will say good games to Toxic. It's always enjoyable to play you. Team was really scary, really tricky to prep for, but I'm happy that I was able to come out on top this time. But I'm really having a lot of fun in this league. Glad to be taking it seriously again. Looking forward to a fire matchup next week. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.